All right. There it is. That was Starfield. I think I can give my honest thoughts on this game after all that. All right, Shiny, let's put aside the hate. Even through everything I went through, I can put aside what I went through and come at this from a completely level-headed standpoint. The last 4 or 5 missions were really good in my opinion. I did not like the twist that they went for, but I liked the way they presented it. The ending is obviously like you can choose one way or another. That's sort of what I expected once they were talking about the Unity. You can either go or stay. I'm sure if you stayed, it would just like continue your playthrough, or it's like essentially what this is New Game Plus. Like I said, for the majority of the game, I felt like I was in bug purgatory with how many bugs I was running into. This game, I liked. I think most of the characters I liked. Sarah was a great character. Delgado was a great character. The whole Crimson Fleet storyline was really freaking fun. Like I think that storyline, aside from the last mission of that quest, is still one of my favorite missions in video games, because I think it was just really well done all the way through, and it was kind of fun to get to play the villain. You don't really get to do that a lot in video games, so I think that was very cool. The honest truth is, I don't think I hated this game as much as I kept on saying I did. Yes, there is no way I can rate this game above an 8 because of how many bugs I ran into. There were simply too many bugs and too many bugs to get around. It's kind of just that simple. There were just too many bugs to get around. I can't like look over it. I can't like make any excuses for it. It was just too much, and I can't rate this game above an 8 because of that. I know other people had different experiences, but that's my experience. I think there are just things in this game that I don't like simply because I don't like games with limitations. Like, stamina is terrible. Games usually just get a default deduction from me for stamina. Zelda was different because everything in that game was just so good, I kind of forgot about the stamina to a certain extent. This game's stamina got a little bit better by the ending. The encumbrance is terrible. I think it's just for me. This is just a me thing, not something I'm using against the game. This is just me not liking encumbrance or stamina or anything of that sort. I just do not like it, and it's gonna take away. Shiny, I said I can't rate it above an 8 because of the bugs. You bozo. Listen to the words I'm saying. Ugh. I'm really delayed because I don't know, I have a stream delay on for some reason. It didn't really help anything at the end of the day. Yeah, like it's nothing groundbreaking. I never said it's going to be anything groundbreaking. This game was like, I can actually remove my stream delay right now. This game wasn't anything super special. I think I shouldn't be delayed anymore. This game was really nothing special to me. It had its parts for sure. There were some part when the game worked, it worked really well. But when it didn't, it didn't. I still don't like the twist with the multiverse. It felt like a very safe. It felt like a very safe. You can't rate above 8 implies you could do an 8. No, it doesn't. I will not rate it above an 8, which means I'm not going to rate it an 8 because of other problems. I'm saying by the bugs, just with the bugs themselves, I can't rate it an 8 or above. Just with the bugs themselves. And then there's other things that I've been talking about that are gonna make this game lesser. Like, I just simply don't like Bethesda systems, I think. I just think their games aren't for me. I don't know. I'll probably still play Elder Scrolls 6 if it's like not as clunky as this game. It was hard sometimes with the NPCs. Like the NPCs were jokingly bad sometimes. So I have to kind of rate it down from my experience with the NPCs that I felt like they're a huge step down from other single player games that I've played. The other thing about this game, I think this game's strengths, we can talk about its strengths very simply. The gunplay was very good. The gun variety was good. The ships were fun. The ships were fun to fly. Ship combat was absolutely dog water horrible. But I can look over that because there really wasn't that much. The characters were great in my opinion. I think the voice actors did good with what they were presented. Unfortunately, the characters that they had were just kind of lifeless because that's just kind of how Bethesda games go. I know this. I've been through the runner a few times with these Bethesda games. I wish they would make their games a little more focused and allow for cutscenes. But I know they're never going to do that because their games have a very specific pipeline to them. We're going to be 50 when Elder Scrolls 6 releases? Yeah, probably. Probably. But yeah, I think I can come at it from a level head and overall say that I think I liked a little more than I disliked. There was just a lot of stuff that I didn't like. And unfortunately the game just sometimes felt like it was falling apart at the seams. Especially towards like the middle of the playthrough when like there were NPCs just constantly being stupid, constant bugs. The last 4 missions didn't have any bugs at all. Everything before that, it seemed like every mission had some sort of bug or glitch or NPCs walking in front of each other or NPCs just straight up not looking at you when you're talking to them. Like it's just there are so many immersion breaking things that sometimes it just made it hard to take the story seriously sometimes. The Starborn stuff is like whatever. I have no opinion on it either way. It's fine. I don't like the twist. I don't like the multiverse thing. It feels very safe to do a multiverse twist. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to think of that. I don't really know what type of rating to slap on this game. For a game that I was very much so looking forward to, and for a game that I hoped would be as good as it is, as good as it could have been. To me, this game was a major disappointment overall. Just because I'd heard how many people were having really good experiences with it. Maybe I'm just kind of unlucky this time around, but I know a lot of people have been talking about the bugs and stuff like that. That one part in the fleet where it was just so unbalanced, I will never forget that part as long as I live. That part was just so stupid. And you were there with me, Shiny, that whole time, and it was torture. But yeah, for me personally, the whole experience of playing this game was very disappointing, unfortunately. And it just seems like Bethesda missed the mark on some basic things like some optimization standards, having an FOV slider, having DLSS. Like DLSS increased my FPS by at least 100 on this system. It's crazy. So, oh yeah, Matthew Mercer was in this game. Look, see, he was Ezekiel or whoever that was. I think overall, this is the lowest rating I've given to a game in a while. This game is gonna get a 6.5 for me out of 10. Just kind of an overall. I'm overall bummed out that I have to give it that low of a rating, but I had less bugs in Jedi Survivor, and that game got rolled over the internet 1,000 times over for how many bugs it supposedly had, and I had less bugs in that game. Same with Cyberpunk. I played Cyberpunk day 1 of launch, and I had less bugs in Cyberpunk. I won't say the NPCs are any better, either way, but yeah, this game's gonna get a 6.5 from me. Unfortunately, very disappointed with this one. So yeah, I don't. I don't really know if I'll be playing another Bethesda game after this. I think their systems are just like too far out for me. Their systems are just kind of, I think more than anything, their systems feel old. It feels like they're stuck in the past. But I don't know. I still had fun in playing it. I mean, what? I got like something like 60 hours out of this game. I got some great screenshots out of it too. Like whatever. um, for a game that I paid as much as I did for, I think getting something like 60 hours is good. This is going to be my second most played single player game of all time. I think the thing that I liked the most about this game was exploring, just going to the planets, taking in the scenery, taking in the vibes, all that type of stuff. I truly just as a space nerd, as a space enjoyer, I just loved exploring all the different planets and seeing what they had, whether they had nothing or whether they had 50 different outposts. I I did enjoy that part thoroughly. Um, but yeah, overall, very disappointed with this game. But I'm still glad I played it. I can come at it with a level head, and like on days when I was like running into the most bugs or having the most trouble, I would have said like, "Oh, this is like a 4 out of 10." But I think even on my most level-headed day, I can say this was a solid 6.5 out of 10, which isn't solid. But yeah, I'm overall very disappointed. But yeah, I'm still glad I played it, so whatever.